Hello, this evening we are at the Vietnamese Buddhist Center here in Houston, Texas, one of the biggest Buddhist temples in the country. And this is a really interesting figure that's here behind me. We're going to go over here in just a second. You're going to follow me and I'm going to take you through this real quick tour of this campus, best this camera can pick up anyway, of the beauty that we're seeing here today. Of this gigantic temple in the background here. So if you'll follow me, I'm going to show you what the deal is with this gigantic jade statue. Sunglasses on, the sun's bright out here today. So I hope that you can hear me. What we have here behind us is Quan Am Tathagata. And Quan Am is one of the major deities in the traditional Vietnamese Buddhist religion, which is a Pureland form of Buddhism. And so if you'll follow me, my trusty cameraman here is going to try to get some of these, you'll see these panels down here below us. And in front of these panels is an altar where people come and worship and make offerings and light incense. You can see they make offerings of just regular food and things like that, light incense back here. Of course, I think the wind has kept the incense pretty much burned out today. But underneath Quan Am, this is what's interesting to me, are these 12 panels which tell a story like many of the other places, many of the other things here in this Buddhist monastery. So if you'll follow me around here, I'll just explain these instead of trying to read them over the video. It says in panel 1, it says, "We respectfully bow to Quan Am Tathagata, who is the omnipresent Isvara and contemplator at ease, took the vow to universally save all beings." Panel 2 says, "We respectfully bow to Quan Am Tathagata, who with one mind, undisturbed and in constant mindfulness, took the vow to eternally dwell in the southern sea." Move on to the next one. So far we can see this is an omnipresent being that has took the vow to universally save all beings. Panel 3 here, it says, "We respectfully bow to Quan Am Tathagata, who, wandering in the realm of Hades," it almost sounds like the Apostles' Creed, who Jesus had descended, right? To the realm of Hades, and took the vow to regard the cries of the world, deliver all beings from suffering. Panel 4, "We respectfully bow." Okay, here it describes Quan Am Tathagata as the destroyer of demons. Panel 5, it says, actually Trevor has just asked me about this, "who holding the precious vase and willow branch took the vow to sprinkle the dew of compassion on all beings to purify their minds." Panel 6 tells us that this manifestation, great loving kindness and compassion, power, joy, and giving, took the vow to practice equality for all, which, by the way, equality is a big thing in Pureland Buddhism. That's something they really value, is that ethic of equality. Panel 7 says, "Respectfully bow, who traveling day and night tirelessly took eliminate the 3 evil realms." So we've got an eliminator of evil. Panel 8, just to speed things up a little bit, says that this deity is here to deliver all beings from all bondage and affliction. Panel 9 says, steering the ship of salvation to the sea of sorrows, took the vow to convey all beings to deliverance. Panel 10, it says, took the vow to guide all beings to the pure land, which is their form of heaven. And then panel 11, it's stuck behind this altar here. What does it say? Yeah, the realm of infinite life, Buddha took the vow to be Amitabha Buddha's Vyakarana. So that's more Buddhist language. Well, let's go to 12 here, and I'm going to explain this thing. It says, who in radiance ever pure and serene took the vow to perfect the cultivation of the 12 vows. Okay, so basically, we're talking about 10 of the 12 panels that describe Kwannon Tathagata here. Points very powerfully also to what Christ had fulfilled on this earth in a historical sense. And I want you to put yourself in the mindset right now of Acts chapter 17, okay? Acts chapter 17, where we have the Apostle Paul coming to Athens. And what the Apostle Paul did was he went and found an altar to the unknown God, he called it. And then after he began his sermon, he talked about in him, he was trying to explain Jesus in their cultural context. He said, in him we live and move and have our being. And so what Paul did was he took something from the Greek cultural context that was closely related to Christ, almost like what Panam is here, and took it and inserted the gospel presentation within it. And so I would submit that we could do the same thing with something like Panam Tathagata here. If we were going to speak to somebody who is, and this is not unique to Vietnamese Pureland Buddhism. It's also, there's similar deities throughout all the Buddhist spectrum to Panam. So if we can, get to know our Buddhist neighbors in the sense of trying to relate Christ to something they're already worshiping through like a natural sense of who Jesus is, and what God wants to fulfill in them, they almost naturally have this inclination. And it's obvious that here we have a deity that predates Christ, that Christ fulfilled all these desires historically. So this is just a great way that we can insert an apologetic that appeals to somebody's cultural presuppositions. So I just wanted to share that with you today. Hope you learned something from it. I know I do every time I visit a temple site like this. So God bless you all, and always be ready to make a defense of the gospel.